make sure you hit the thing on your YouTube.
Right. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. I just love that wee countdown tune.
It does. It's very awesome.
It's very catchy. Welcome, everybody. We have an awesome night tonight because I have my sister Sherry up on my channel to help me do tarot. Okay. I don't even know how many people want to do tarot tonight, but I was doing tarot for my nieces and things today, so I was kind of in the zone and I was spot on with them. So I've just kept the cards the same way they were.
I've got a book, so I could write down the names if anyone puts forward, so that you know, sis.
Yeah. So I would like you, if that's okay, can you get your names in just now for tarot while we blether? And Sister Sherry's no pressure to keep writing names down. If you would like to maybe just put your names up, anybody that wants a 5-card spread, just know the way I do it. Oh, I've got the Spirit Talker on, guys. It's just said Joyce. If you hear a wee random word. Yeah, I've just got to do my 5-card spread, guys. My usual past, present, future. Anything I see that may arise in each card, I will draw another in and try and guide you out at. When it does come up to the problem card at number 4 and there's anything in your life that I think that will be a problem, I will try my hardest to keep going through the cards to become a card that is your guidance to get you out of that situation. So we'll let people get the numbers in and see who wants one. If that's okay. We'll say hello to everybody. I think we'll get quite a few.
Right, so Michelle wants a reading. Okay, Michelle, darling.
Say hello to everybody else. This is taking names down. Footsteps.
Michelle. Okay.
Oh, we've got Pops in. I will say Pops because he's your Pops. Uncle Danny's in. Shell, my bestie. My other bestie sister, paranormal investigator, Sherry. Hi, Christina.
If any of you are wanting a card reading, write in the room, guys, capital letters.
I forgot how to kind of do this, so Sherry will keep me up though. Yeah, put your names on it, guys. And I'll tell you another thing, I've actually got the Old Faithful here as well. I've got the postcard for Spirit, and as a wee treat, I've got the Halloween. So,
Maggie wants a reading. That's to do with thinking.
Any of us which ones would maybe do a wee Halloween? Footsteps. Again?
Hello, Pups. Footsteps. Love you.
Love you, Uncle Danny. Right, so who else did... Oh, thinking of others. Our Dobie as well, then. Louis, hey, pal. I'll see Louis everywhere just now.
Yeah, Maggie Joe wants a reading and Michelle. So Michelle was first, Maggie. Would you see if anyone else is coming in?
Yeah.
If you're wanting a reading, put your names in.
Hello, Michelle. Okay. Yeah. Well, you're getting your names in that, and guys, I'll just give you a quick... hugs back, Uncle Danny. I'll just give you a quick rundown about the type of way I do my readings. I've already, as I said, I had done my niece's card just not long ago, so I didn't start putting them all back out on the deck and shuffling them and putting the upside down ones in. Now you turn the deck over. I've just basically kept them the way they were if I was doing them today for my... What's that way it goes? Because there's too many upside down that way. The battery. Don't you dare strain my batteries tonight. You're wrong.
Spirits, behave.
Behave. I've got some of my Halloween decorations up, but it's no oil. It's just the wee ones I could find. Right, okie dokie, guys. I've already, as I said, done readings today, so I'm kind of in the zone anyway. So who did we have first, sis?
Michelle, sweetheart.
Michelle. So it's not my Michelle, it's the Michelle K, isn't it?
Yeah, my mate from my room.
Right. I'm going to... I'll put Spirit Talker off now because it's just going to be a distraction. Right, Michelle, what I kind of do when I do my readings, missus, is I as I shuffle them, right, but as I'm shuffling them, I do ask my guides to connect to your guides. For all I don't know you personally, my guides will connect to your guides anyway. If I have your name, and maybe even sometimes when people's got a picture up, I can kind of zone in their picture and have your picture in my mind. So we'll see what happens for you, missus.
Hello, Sharon. Welcome.
Welcome, Sharon. Right, so by the way, I don't know if I've read for Michelle before. I put a
No.
card in that's your past, your present, your future, anything that may arise. And this card is like your overall outcome. Because sometimes if I'm reading somebody's future, and your past card can tell a really, your past card can really tell a lot about you. Say, for example, you're struggling with a romance, right, and you want to meet the right person. I could do a card and just go right through the 5 cards, right? But often in times, the problem lies with past relationships. So most of the time, if it's a relationship answer you want, I can go back this card and kind of see where the problems lay in past relationships. It would maybe help build on future. If it's your work you want to know a message about, I can kind of see if it was the right job or the wrong job you were in the past. So it's just a case of a guidance to each kind of things in your life that's going to cause you problems. So I'll ask you, is there anything you want me to focus on with the cards, or just want a general reading of what I see about your life? It's up to yourself. I mean, I can just do a basic reading, which most people do pick. They don't usually want, especially because we're live, they don't really want to focus on a certain problem. But I can just quickly go through the cards and see what I think. Just try and let me know, missus, before I get started. If there's any
Hello,
reading-
Mrs. Ravenous Wolf.
Ravenous Wolf. That is our Sarah, one of the
Hello.
witchy sisters that used to come up with me on my witching hour.
If
Thanks
you're
for
wanting
coming,
card
Sarah.
readings from my sis, right in the
I
room,
think Michelle's bothered. You know, bothered
I'd love
Michelle.
a
I just
reading.
do a life
It's
path.
been a hot minute. Okay, Mrs. Ravenwolf, so you're wanting one?
Yep. Right, okay, I'll just focus ahead on Michelle's because I'm not really thinking she's bothered. Right, Michelle, in your past card, you've had the Emperor, but the Emperor was upside down. So that basically tries to tell me that in your past, the person that's kind of probably been meant to be the male figure in your life, that's meant to be your ruler, your guider, your protector, with the card being upside down, I would generally say that you didn't really have much of that in the past. See, where is he? The Emperor. See, because it was upside down, that kind of counteracts everything that is positive on this card. So in the past, I would kind of say you maybe couldn't rely on the male figures in your life. In fact, I'll put another card on that just to see if it can give us a wee bit more information. Well, you had the 10 of Swords upside down, which is basically like your fighting life, what you have to keep on hurdling over, that type of things that keep turning up to bring you down. But it's the number 10, and it was reversed. So if it was up straight and it was a number 10, I would typically try and tell you that this problem is going to kind of go on. It's like a kind of solid problem. But because it was upside down, I would say that you've kind of got out it. So that's not your old way of thinking. You've probably got people in your past, from the past, that's also positive in the future. So that past doesn't worry me now. Now that I've read that card, it doesn't worry me. So now for your present card, you've got the One of Swords, which kind of shows me that there's a lot of things that's starting, but they're really, you're grabbing to the wrong things that's grounding you. You've got mixed messages. See the way your sword has got roses wrapped around it. It's also got thorns wrapped around it. that tells me that there's different things in your life, good and positive, that's trying to kind of make you grow, but other things are keeping you pulled down. But because it's the number one card, it shows hope. The sun's in the background as well. It kind of shows hope that you could pull yourself out it. I'll do another card with that too. And it was the Tower upside down, which generally tells me if it was a Tower upright, I would say you're going to go round and round in circles. You're going to have to really seek for the doorways to get you out it. Maybe even seek for the direction up or down, that type of thing, even leading off to another building. But because it was reversed, I would say that that's going to stop now. You either have, because this is your present card, you've either found your path or you're still trying to figure it out. But it wasn't the Wheel of Fortune or anything that would have said that things are going to just keep turning and turning. I would say that with being the Tower upside down, it means that you've kind of found your stability without having to, because it's upside down, you've found your stability that isn't, it goes against the grain because you're having to go to the opposite of what your path has been taking you. That's why the Tower is upside down in that card. Right, and your future is strength. No matter basically, and it was up correct way, so no matter what you kind of work out and choose, which is shown me in these first two sets of cards, that there is way out it. So if you kind of take the advice of these two cards, and just think about things, fund the right direction, don't let people try and guide you down a wrong road. Focus on the things that this card told you to focus on, which is getting out the rut, finding the positive people that's going to pull you out it, and leaving the negative alone. So that's good. That shows that if you follow that, you're going to have strength. You're going to have the strength to carry on into whatever it is you want to do. And I'm no pry into that because that's none of my business, the things you want to do. Anything that may arise is the swords, right? Sometimes when I read this card, I can say to people, this is hard because you're going to have to cut a few people out of your life. But because of the reading I've already just did, I think you already know that there's people bringing you down, there's people leading you in the wrong direction. And I think because this is your future card, you're already going to know who the people are that you have to cut out your life and the ones you need to keep. Plus, it's a 2, so it shows the start of a fresh journey. Your overall outcome in life is your 6 of Pentacles, which shows me that money might kind of bring you down at times in the future if you see it's kind of sinking. It might maybe bring you down, and because Pentacles is your money, it's your bread and butter. It shows me that things maybe weigh you down in the future, but you're kind of reaching up out it. So if you just stick to your values, stick to the things that you know is going to work for you, and don't let the negative things bring you down, the negative people, the weights all around you. Just keep focusing on what you know works for you, what the people you know that is positive enough to pull you out of any situation. Stick to the people you trust, you know. Nobody's going to give you mixed messages if you stick to the people you know and cut out all the all negative in your life. So I hope that meant something for you, Michelle. And if there's something you don't understand about that, let me know after the live and I can do you another reading and kind of maybe give you a wee bit more direction. Hope that meant something to you, Michelle. It might not even mean nothing right now until you start. Oh, Jacqueline's in. It might not mean nothing to you right now because you've just been hit with it, but
Oh, no. That makes a lot of sense, sis. I know a lot about what's going on with Michelle. You was pretty
right.
spot on. Yeah.
Okay.
The next person, my angel, when you're ready, is Maggie Jo, Thinking's other half.
Oh, Maggie Jo. Wait a minute. Doing them everywhere. Right, let's connect to Maggie Jo's gates now.
Hello, Bob. How are you?
It's our wee Florida Bob. Thanks for coming, Bob. Right, who am I doing this for? Oh, Maggie Joe. Maggie Joe. Let's see Maggie. Oh, I know Maggie's face anyway. I don't need to focus on her picture. Right. Your past, your present, your future, anything that may arise, and the overall outcome, right? Right, in your past, oh, it's an upside down one. Oh, it's pretty religious. You don't have to answer this question to me, okay? But the Jews of an arranged marriage, if it wasn't an arranged marriage, was a kind of two families came together and tried to kind of say, right, you'll be good for her. It might not have been like an arranged marriage as such, like you have no choice. I think it means that it was an arranged marriage. Either he's already knew each other, or when he's met his clique, or the family already had you paired up, and it just so happened that it's worked. But usually, I don't know if this is typical that every person that gets a lover's card reads this as this, but see when it's upside down, it kind of, and especially when it's got the lock in the middle, I tend to read that as people that's been brought together because it was upside down, no as a partnership like meeting at college or something. I may say that's like two families saying, right, Andrina would be good for William, and putting you together, if you get what I mean. I'll stick with that now. I don't want to look at comments in case you say I'm right or wrong or anything, but I'll stick with that now. I would say that it's been like some sort of thing that's brought you together, but you's also had a say in it, and it's worked. Oh, there we go. We've got another one of swords. Actually, the same card. This is for your future and your present as well, which just really means it shows me that there's a couple of things that's keeping you stuck. There's good, there's bad, it's pulling you down. The sun is shining above you. It's just a case of what direction you're going to take to be free of these barriers. And it is a sword, but it does show that it's the problem in your life that you're going to have to cut out right now, today, to try and make a better future. But I'll put on you another card on that and see if it can maybe give you a wee bit of guidance. And you've got the tower. The tower as in the last reading. I mean, I know that it looks as if it's got to be the same, but yours is up the right way. So the tower just proves to me as that you know the direction you're going to get out it. It's maybe going to be a wee bit of ups and downs and runabout, but it doesn't mean you're not going to get out it. It could be financial, it could be maybe you don't like where you stay. It's just, but you will get out it. It shows that the path's there, you just have to pick the right road. Right, in your future card was the Four of Swords upside down, which if I was reading it upright, I would say that things have came to an end, that you're putting some things to bed. There's some things that's just like out your life forever. You've nailed it shut, it's gone. But because it was reversed, I would say that maybe in the future you're going to have to deal with a couple of wee things that you thought you had put to bed, but they'll come back. But they're no bad, because if they were bad things that was coming back, it wouldn't be like roses and flowers. It would be like your thorns and your, like your really bad negative things. But that's got candles, and it's got light, it's got candles, it's got like acorns and all things like that in it. So it's not really nothing bad that you need to try and put to bed. Or it might just keep coming back. But your problem in your life, or the thing that kind of sticks you or something like that, or any problem that may arise, is, to me, it wouldn't even be a problem, Maggie. It's the Ten of Wands. It's your butterfly. So this is a really good card. This just shows me that even though there's a couple of wee things in your life that you have to be guided here, be guided there, and things like that. That just shows me that anything that comes up in your life is always solved. It's always dealt with love. It's always dealt with respect. It's always dealt with knowing your place. because of like the way the houses and things are situation. So it just shows me that you're a good person, you know the right thing to do. If anything problematic comes up, you know the way you're it. And it'll always be done with love. Even if it's something bad you have to do, like maybe cutting somebody off, your mind's in the right place and your spirit's in the right place to do that thing for that person. And your overall outcome in life is your Four of Wands. And do you see she's selling her goods at market? She's got her flowers and everything, which is just typical use, because for all you maybe like struggling, I don't know if you struggle in life with money and different things, but it shows me you're sharing nature. Basically, you'll always, in the future, you'll always be sharing, you'll always like maybe even make wee bouquets of flowers to get to somebody that feels down, or you'll maybe make a wee couple of home brews that's going to help people. It just shows that your overall outcome in life is going to be to help others, because you're standing there serving people, and it's all love. So, very good reading and very apt for you as well, Maggie. I would just have said that even though I don't know if you have had an arranged marriage or two families just came together to help you get together, it could have caused problems because it was upside down, but because of the care to put after it, it just shows that it worked out good and you have had a good life, and you probably will continue to have a good life. You maybe just need to figure out who you want to help and who you don't, because some things will drag you down. So, very good reading again, guys. I hope you have good with that.
Awesome. Awesome.
So, nothing really worrying in that at all. Just be careful who the people you try to help, because not everybody will be receiving it in a gracious way, or people will get greedy and try and drag you down and things. So, just be very cautious of that. That's what I would say.
Your next person is Miss Ravensworth Wolf.
Oh, there's Sarah. Okay, Ravenous.
I do apologise if I say your name wrong.
Of course, Sarah, that's what I do. Right, okay, let's do this. Right, your past, your present, your future, anything that may come up, and your overall outcome. I made this spread up myself, guys, because I was sick of doing the Celtic cross and it was taking forever, and it's practically got the same message behind it, so I just broke it down a bit. Right, oh, interesting for your very first card for your past. Did you do a lot of travelling in your past, Sarah? Or Ravenous, if you want me to call you that. I feel as if maybe when you were younger, I don't know how young this is going to react to, but I do feel as if maybe in your younger years, either when you were growing up or something, that you maybe had to move, and it wasn't something that you all wanted to do. You didn't really want to do it. You have took a lot of baggage with you, a lot of fights. Maybe it's because of the swords and the boaties. A lot of fights, maybe indeed skeletons, maybe a lot of fights and things where you were staying had made you have to travel. But because the roses and the flowers and that are at the top of it, I would say you did it for the very best of reasons. So I don't know if that rings true with you or no, but that's what I see is as if in your past you've had to travel, maybe running away for something that was harmful, but you had the right intentions. Your present is the Five of Swords. Do you feel a wee bit attacked right now? Do you feel as if there's maybe either your relationships being attacked, maybe somebody doesn't want you together because there's flowers round about you as if like it's love or it's respect or it's something you are in together that you are bonded over, but you are getting attacked for it. So I don't know what that's all about, Sarah. Ravenous, I will only pry into that. That just shows to me that there's either somebody no liking your relationship, or they're no liking something that you're in with a different person and you're getting it pelted right now. Future is your cups. which just basically means that if it gets too much, you're just going to get up and leave, and you're going to go do your own thing. Basically what you're doing is you're packing up everything. This is all your thingies. You're packing up everything that means value to you. Your heart's there as well, and you're sailing off into the sunset, which is basically just a message to say that if things do get too much, you're going to in the future end up leaving either the person, the situation, the town, or anything like that. But that's a good possibility that there could be an outcome you're having to leave. It could just even represent the fact that that's that situation I'm telling you about. You do leave and get out it. It might be just that. Your problems is life is your Knight of Pentacles. Is there somebody in your life that is probably male? It might not even be male, but it might have a younger attitude. Because your Knight is your bearer of news, and he's not really getting very good news. He's got the weeds all around about him. He's got his money, his sword. To me, that just shows that in the anything that may arise, it means that you're going to have to watch somebody, maybe male, maybe no, that's going to bring you a message. It could even be a message to say, "Oh, look, I've got the answers. Come with me. I've got money. I've got the way to show you out of this situation." But don't trust them, because you see the weeds growing up, try to take him over. That just kind of proves to me that he's not got the best intentions. If it had been roses and a nice sky, I would say somebody positive. But I would say that if there's anything that comes up that tries to kind of take you out of the situation you're in, I'd be very, very cautious. Whether it be male or female, and just do a lot of research. Don't get into anything with anybody in your future, because it is the problem card, remember. So be very cautious. Your overall outcome is your Nine of Swords, which is your swords is basically your fight in life, the things that's always going to have to make you worry about this, worry about that. Is that person treating me all right? Am I have to go and be like fight, like sword fight type of thing? But with it being the 6, I would say the majority of what you've been through and your overall outcome, you're halfway through it by the time the overall outcome comes. But the book's there, so you've got the knowledge. The knowledge is there. And the world, well, it's not, I know it's not a world, it's like some sort of thing, but I'm taking it as a cycle of the world. If you study, do your research on the people that you think is wanting into your future, do the research, then things will turn for you, and you will have different directions you could probably go in. Just be cautious. Just definitely be cautious, because that card worries me. Because that shows me that there's somebody going to probably come up that's going to cause you problems. So just be very cautious. But the overall outcome just means that you're going to have the knowledge, you're going to have the circle around you that you will move on in this, like different things you need to do. So, and plus it kind of looks like a church. It might even mean like marriage in your future. If you get things sorted out. I don't know if it's a male that is actually doing this and you've got a couple of problems with him, but that's a church background. So I wouldn't say that there's no marriage on the
She
card.
wrote in the room to you, sis. She put, my mother would bring me to my brother's house and I didn't like it. Then she said she's got a number of dilemmas. Then she said that she's leaving her ex. And then she put, well, that was my ex.
Well, there
then
you go.
Put Wolf's, oh no, that ain't it. And then she put, he had a lot of money and he had a tendency to dangle that over me.
Yep. The cares reflected that, honestly. But that was your last card for your overall outcome in life. So see if you stick to the knowledge. That's the book. That's the knowledge. And because this is all going on about your brain, like it's turning on your head and things, that is to prove to you you have got the knowledge to turn things around the way you think, the way that you will not take an abusive partner back, you will not fall down the roads again of addiction or alcohol. I'm not saying you did, by the way, but anything like that, that just shows you that your overall outcome in life, You're going to have the knowledge to know better, to do better, see better. And if you there's marriage there, definitely marriage in the background, because that's like a cathedral.
So maybe
kind
there's
of
going to
thing.
be a light at the end of the tunnel, and somebody that does value you will come along and make things better. And like your sister's saying, you've had a lot of stuff happen, and it's a learning thing, isn't it? You've learned from it.
It's like a kind of if you do the right things with learning and not letting everything that's going on in your head bring you down. I mean, if you look at the background, it's like a churchy background with
it does look like a church, but then it looks like all those things coming off looks like different directions she's been taking, and it's all coming together, so it'll make an outcome in the end.
I definitely hope that meant something to you, Mrs. But
the next person is our lovely sister Jacqueline.
Oh, Jacqueline.
If anybody else is wanting a reading, please write in the room so that my sister can do you a reading. I'll write it down, please.
No, they just flipped. Yeah, let's do this. I'll start this again because that's flipped as well. A good idea is turn them up that way, wouldn't it? Then I'd see what way to go. I hate it when all the gears end up too many of them upside down.
Okay, brother, I've got you down.
Right, let's do a Jacqueline. Oops, I'm really taking you because that was my clumsy thing. Right, let's do this. Right, Jacqueline, this is past, present, future. Anything that may come up and your overall outcome. Right. That was upside down. The world is upside down. This is your past. Obviously, I don't know how far this is going to go in the past, Jacqueline, but knowing a couple of things that's going on now, I would say, because it is the world and it's upside down, I would say that it's not too far a distant past, and your world really is upside down right now, Mrs. Because I know a lot of things that's going on, but I will not out it, honestly. So I would definitely say that there is something. This is reflecting that a lot of things is going on that's turning your world upside down. And I will not say too much, but I might mail you after and explain a few more things. This is your present, which is upside down as well, which was the Seven of Swords, which is typically the guy sitting in his coffin. But it was upside down, right? So this doesn't that. If it had been normal, it would maybe have given me a wee bit of worry, because it shows that you're really having to focus. Depressed, having to focus and find some hope, sitting and finding some reflection. But the fact that it was upside down shows me that you've probably did that already. You've probably did that already. You know that you're going to have to stick to one thing or another, one person or another. That's all I'm going to say, right? One person or another, in order for not to go back to being hopeless, despairing, and really in turmoil. So you're going to have to, because it was upside down, you're going to have to really focus on everything that gives you hope, everything that gives you the best reflection that's going to help you move forward. And try your hardest not to, I know it's going to be hard, try your hardest not to focus on what turned your world upside down not so long ago. Because I do feel as if that isn't a distant past. These two cards are really quite close together. So be very careful. Right. Future is your Pentacles, which is also what I said to the last person, which means is like This might not even be money. Pentacles is all typically your money, but it's typically the thing that makes you happy. A lot of people, that's what makes them happy, is the fact that they bring the money in, and the money kind of gets them the things they need. But to me, the Pentacles also kind of means your happiness. So I would say that, you see, if you do like kind of reflect, don't let your world turn you upside down that much now that things are kind of working out. But don't sit and reflect on everything and try and figure out, where did things go wrong? Why has it worked out this way? This card is your future. This is to show you that if you do continue doing that path, Jacqueline, you're going to be weighed down in life, and you're going to have to keep reaching for things that's making you happy. And it might even mean relationships. It might even mean in family relationships. You have to try and figure out what is weighing you down the most, and it's going to come to terms with your hope, your reflection, what made you happy. And in your future, you will not feel bogged down. You will not feel as if you're reaching for things that's just going to destroy you anyway. You need some thinking time. Your problems that may arise. Right, your problems that may arise is your Page of Wands, right, which typically shows me that it's probably, it could be a lassie or a boy, but it shows me that it's somebody younger. It's somebody that's probably, your page is typically, your knight is typically like about 20, 30-year-old. Your page is probably typically about late teens, early 20s. So you're going to have to really, I don't know what to say your son's name or no. Your son, right, is going to be the one that's going to keep bringing the laughter into the house. He's going to keep bringing like everybody flowing back and forward. He's on a swing. Even the wee kiddies are going to be the ones that keep you going. And I know it says a problem card, but it doesn't really always mean something that's coming up. It could also mean something that's solving the problem. And to me, what's going to solve the problems that's going on right now is like the family love, listening to the younger ones, because sometimes adults don't know the best way out of things. Get the kids' opinions, get the brother's opinion, and try and see if maybe they've got the answers that help you all go on in the future. Especially when it's roses, because that makes me that maybe your son is going to be wiser than yours to see a way out of this situation. And your overall outcome was your 3 of Wands, and it was upside down. Your Wands, as I've told you before, is like the thing that kind of makes you think. It makes you wonder where you're going in life. And I know the Swords is your problems, but your Wands is also kind of like your path. It's going to make you go down the best path you possibly can, like spiritually or whatever. So I would say, because that's the 3 of Wands and it's upside down, you are kind of starting a new journey. I don't know if it's a new way of thinking, because it's the Wands, to get out of these situations that's keeping arising. It's one thing after another. It's this, then it's that, then it's this, then it's that. Things are just weighing you down. You're having to keep going back and thinking and contemplating. So I think this overall outcome is, and if you look at it, it's like the skulls are still there, because that's kind of like your problems that's banging, that's weighing you down. But they're rid, so it's obviously your family. It means like it's your family that's giving you the problems right now. But there's way out. There's people going to be coming in. A bird flies. So typically when I see a bird in a card, I think, right, somebody new is going to swoop in and help. So I think maybe your overall outcome in life is either somebody new will probably come into the life that'll be totally different for you, and maybe give you a yin and yang to get out of the family thing that you are in, or you'll just come to it together as a family. Maybe even an older family member, because it is the skeleton figure of a bird. So something, maybe an older person is going to swoop in and try and let you all see sense, and hopefully bring you all back together as a happy family. But there is a few things, Jacqueline, that we all know that you are having to get over right now, and I won't say too much, but the hope's there. I mean, look at the love in the 2 last cards. I mean, look at your roses. for all that one's not too rosy, but look at that. That just shows you that the youngest member of your family could be the one to help, like, get you out of the rut you are in. Maybe even the kids in general. Take them out to play, they're on a swing, go to a family event, and it might just bring you all back as the one big happy family that you maybe need to just see the love again. Sorry, Jacqueline, I've already kind of said too much. I will mail you and maybe do another session for you. But you'll care what I'm saying, though. There's just too much hearsay in things. I know, Jacqueline, it's just too raw. The two cars were too close together, your past and your present. But it will sort out. It will sort it out. But I think these are going to have to stick together as a family. Maybe even listen to the younger generation's opinion of what's going on. Because they've got a fresh attitude to it. So they might help with something that you as adults are just not seeing. Because you are all too close into it. I really would say, Mia, your son, because it looks to me, because it was the page, as if he's got to be the sensible one that's going to try and help let you all see the sense that you need to come back together. I'll get a quick fag, guys, and I'll drink. Hope that does mean all right, Jacqueline. But if you do want any more questions, just mail me.
You got more people in. Your friend, Amora Witch is in.
Oh, yeah, Amora.
Tony is in. Tony the Rock Fam.
I don't know.
Anybody coming in the room, because there are 16 of you. If you're wanting a card reading, please write in the room so that I can write it down. But my sister's next reading is Lou, our brother.
Oh, brother Lou. I'll have a quick smoke, Lou. And then
have a break and then do it after. You need a break because it drains you when you're doing it.
It does. I like to try and keep in the zone as well, but sometimes you just need a drink and let that last reading clear its energy, especially with a powerful one like Jacqueline's.
I agree.
You need to kind of let that energy go now, let the cards kind of chill out. And I'll actually put my crystal on.
Right, while you're doing that, I'm just going to make sure that my beans are not burning in the.
Yeah, go you check your dinner, Angel. Yeah, I hope you have enjoyed your reading so far. Give me a wee bit of feedback, guys. Even everybody I've not read.
They're all loving it.
Sorry I'm so quick at reading the cards out. I just kind of try and stay in the zone and see what I see. Yeah, Louie, I'll do you next, buddy. Maggie Jo, I hope you did definitely like your reading. I know sometimes it shows a kind of problem in your life or something that's maybe not making you just as happy. But there's always cards out there that you can draw that help guide you back to a place where you can deal with these things, you know. And it does give you the best advice. I mean, sometimes you do need to listen to people that's younger than you. I mean, Liam does it with us all the time. He's like the referee sometimes between me and Willie. He's the voice of reason, you know. Interesting, but I love reading for people. It's amazing. You just have to try your hardest to read the cards and not try and make it all about getting a lot of tarot readings will try and make a story out of the tarot cards. Like the fool met this because of this and that type of thing. It takes ages to do it that way. That's why I kind of made my own deck after practicing the Celtic spread for so long. I got to the point where I was doing Celtic spreads for people and it was taking like an hour. Some people, if they didn't understand the way that it worked, it was taking like a lot longer than that. So I kind of broke it down into the 5 things I think most people would like to hear, like the answer to Hi Lucid 4444. Welcome everybody that's coming in. We are just taking a quick break. I have brought my Halloween Oracle cards as well, just in case any witches in the room want a wee Halloween card. Or you guys do, it doesn't matter. And a postcard for Spirit. These are the uplifting ones. These are oracle cards. These are typically a message for above for your deceased loved ones or anybody you choose to guide you. Typically, they'll give you a really inspirational message. But I've been using my Santa Marta deck quite a lot now because I'm getting to read that one a wee bit better than the old deck I used to use. This one I've made a right good connection to. I need the past, and I definitely Jacqueline. You definitely. You just need to try. I mean, we all have to do it. We have to just need to stop letting the things that bogged us down in the past and kept bringing us down in the past. We need to try and stop repeating these cycles. You know? I'll do you a reading, Doba. Aye. Just have a wee ciggy break and a little drink, and then we'll get back to it. I'll wait till Sherry comes back. We'll see what Spirit Talker's got to say, I think. While we're sitting. We'll see if Spirit Talkers want to tell us anything tonight. Is there any spirits you want to talk through, Spirit Talker?
Taste.
Taste. Ooh. Taste of what? You want a taste of Sherry's dinner? She's not giving you a taste. Hey, who was I doing it for? Louis? Our brother? Our brother in crime?
Yeah, Lou, our brother, yeah.
Yeah, look, definitely. Right, Louis, this is for you, pal.
Anybody else write in the room, please? I am here. I will write you down.
I mean, if there's any question, when I do your tarot readings, if there's any specific question that you do want the tarot to try and answer, let me know. And because if you don't, I'll just keep doing 5K readings like a kind of life path if you like. So if there's anything that you want me to specifically ask, just pop it up in chat when it's your turn for your reading. Right, Laura. Past, present, future, anything coming up, and the overall outcome. Right, up. Foot. The world. So in the past, I would basically say you've always you've probably always knew what you wanted to do in life. You've always had time. No, wait, no, because you're sitting there with the time. You've either, because you've had time because it's still full, right? You've really had the world at your feet. You've had the time. Either that, you've stood somewhere where you're local to loads of different things. That just quite can mean that sometimes with the world. The world just means that everything you've got is right in that area. Everything about you is your world. But with this, I would basically say that you've always kind of knew where you want to go in life. You've always thought that the world was somewhere that was to be explored because of the egg timer and all the different faces behind you and things. I think you always probably in your past wanted to travel, go meet other people. But because she's sitting on the world with her scythe, I would say there was a lot of things stopped you that kept cutting that short, and you just maybe never ever got round to it. Or you maybe possibly did, and it didn't really last long. I would say maybe something like that. Right, yeah. Present, and it was upside down, and it was your 8 of Cups. This is your present. It shows me, like, if this was upright, I would say that you're really, really contemplating in a couple of things that's just too much in life. See, the cup's overflowing on her head. That you're really, really having to think about the things that's on your mind, and it's all getting too much. It's just spilling out, and you're really contemplating on it. But because that was upside down, I would say that right now you've made all your decisions. You know what you need to cut out. You know what's be too much. And you finally came to the decisions that's always made you stop and think. That's because it was reversed. I would definitely say that you've got a lot of things that was holding you back on your mind. I would definitely say that that's either easing or it's gone. Your Three of Wands, again, much the same as the last one. There's going to be like things that you want to grow up on. Probably there's a lot of things that if you stopped and thought about it, you could probably figure out which direction is keeping you in your future for making like decisions. Because I don't think in your future you've got a lot of decisions that you really came to terms with. Because as I said, this visitor, when the last card, is like maybe even the voice of reason. So in your future, I would maybe kind of try and wait a wee bit of advice for other people. Your Nine of Pentacles is your problem card or anything that may arise, which is the Six of Pentacles. You're all getting these Six of Pentacles and things, and it's probably because you do all feel bogged down. You do all feel as if maybe even that this represents your community is a bit like up in turmoil right now. Everybody's having to reach for their own wee thing that's going to keep them happy. I mean, this could honestly, because it's coming up a lot in your cards and we're all part of the one community, I could say that maybe even this paranormal stuff that's happening in the news maybe bringing us all down, and we're having to reach for where we believe, what's keeping us happy. You know, that could maybe mean, that could be a card that's caused most of you have had it, that is really reflective of what we're all going through. Now we're all kind of lost, feel bogged down, don't know where to turn, don't know who to reach for. So, and then your Seven of Swords, which just means in your overall outcome, you're going to have dealt with the things that you need to deal with, your hope, your reflection, and you broke through for your comfort. I always say that that's you broke out the situation. So in your future, I would definitely say that your thing in life that'll keep you going is the fact that you've overcome the worst in your past, which was the hope and the reflection that you didn't have here or here. Do you know what I mean? I think this just is the fact that you're gonna, in your future, you'll know what you need to do. You'll have your hope, you'll have your reflection because you've burst out your COVID, your self-doubt, no feeling as if there's any hope in the world. And there's flowers behind you when you do. So I'll do a quick summary of yours, Lou, because that was quite complicated. Right, probably in your past you've always knew that the world's there at your feet, but you've got a certain time to do it. I would probably say there's been something that's really just kept knocking that down and you've never really been able to get that up off the road type of thing. And then your present day with your upside down cup shows that everything that was on your head and you were having to deal with, you've probably dealt with it now and you've kind of got a direction, a way of thinking. Probably stuff everybody else, I'm doing things my way type of attitude. Your future just shows that you've got to stick to the things that ground you to make you feel loved. But there is going to be something comes in with a message. It could even maybe be the things that's been happening in our community has maybe hit you really hard, and the message that's just came out is what you're having to try and fight through. Maybe it's affected you just on different things. And that just shows that your problem card is the fact that you're feeling bogged down, you're feeling as if you have to reach maybe even for certain beliefs or something. But your overall outcome is you're going to be all right. You're going to have dealt with a lot of things and there is like happiness around you. So I hope that meant something to you, Louis. I don't like to look at chat, guys, when I'm reading because I have to stay focused.
My lovely angel Cindy's just come in the room. She's another one that's going to be wanting the reading.
Hi, Cindy.
She's one of my workers.
Oh, excellent. Welcome up.
How are you, Angel?
Yeah. It's not that, Lou. I mean, because that was a wee bit kind of up and down and all over the place, we can do your cares again in a week or something if you like, and we can try and maybe see if it's still the same or getting worse, or if there's something we need to do and focus on, just so that you know the direction to get yourself out of feeling bogged down and maybe having to reach for certain beliefs or whatever. We'll do another reading for you next week. And we'll try and get more deep into it if it's not revealing itself by then. That's funny how a lot of us are getting that care, isn't it? About the being bogged down with, do you know what I mean? And having to reach for things. It's a bit. When we were in lockdown, we were getting a lot of the different cares that represented a lot of different things for each of us. But we'll definitely anybody that felt didn't get so much of a positive reading. I'll do it again next week, guys, and we'll see what type of week you've had and things.
So the next person for a reading is Cindy. If anyone else is wanting a reading that's already in the room, please put in the room.
Okay.
If not, it's just Cindy and then myself. Then you're done, sis.
Okay, Cindy. Right. Past, present, future. Anything that'll come up in the overall outcome. Right. Oh, well, see, that's quite a good, even though it was upside down. See, it's upside down, it's quite pretty bad, but because upright, it's pretty bad. Because it's upside down, it shows the positivity of, which basically, when it was upside down, it meant that you were feeling lost. You feel as if, like much because it's the woods, you feel as if you're like lost. You're lost in the jungle, maybe having to find a path out it. But I would definitely say that there's a lot of things going on about you in your past that you knew was spiritual. You knew probably that things could be enclosed if you didn't go a certain direction, because it is the woods and there is paths. So I would definitely say in your past, there's been a couple of things. It could even be your spiritual practice. People try to stop you in the past, but I would more say that it was the fact that you didn't know the path to take. But you're on it now because it's definitely like the wands and things which means that's your journey. So, and your present is your pentacles, your 7 of Pentacles, which means I would say because Pentacles is your money. I mean, Christmas is coming up, so we're all kind of penny pinching, but that just kind of shows to me that you're having to move things around to try and help, like, this thing be paid, and you're putting that skill there, which is typically your money, I think he's assuming it to be, to pay that one. So you're doing things, but it's evening out. So right now your money's maybe no hundreds, but you've got enough there to work around and get the things you need. Your Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords is all. I always think the Queen of Swords is like a type of card that represents me and my attitude for some reason, because the Queen of Swords means that, like, you're a strong woman, you can carry things on your own back, you can hold your own, and you've never ever really let anything get you down. Do you see, like, the way that she is? She's got all the flowers round her. She's got her sword on the back of her shoulders, as if she doesn't really care too much, because she knows she's got to get through it. And she's a woman, so she's like the master of her own. She's like her own warrior, because your sword is like your trouble in life and things. So you're ready to fight your own battles. You probably don't need anybody else to help fight your battles in the future. But I wouldn't say that it's anything bad because there's flowers in it. So it maybe even just mean that you're sauntering through life with the knowledge that if anything comes up you can't handle, you think you can't handle, then you've definitely got the tools to handle it because the sword's on your back. So, not to say you'll need it, it's just a case of that you're ready if anything does happen to maybe even take your happiness away, which could be your flowers. Your 6 of Cups, 2, 4, 6, 8. No, your 9 of Cups, sorry, is basically the same as that other one's reading. Is things get too much, you're just going to pack things up and you're just going to sail off into the sunset. Or it could mean that you've got the things that keep you happy, because that's like your wee love hearts here, and you're away to seek happiness and love and things. The ocean's pretty calm, so I would say it wouldn't be too stormy a ride if you decided that was the problem thing. So that's maybe even a decision you have to make, whether you have to stay or go. Could even mean moving a different town to find more riches, or it could mean that you've just decided to take everything you've got and up and leave. Don't know, that could be good or bad. Wait, I'll put another card on that just to see if we can find some direction. Well, it's the 4 of Pentacles, which sometimes means that there's people trying to interfere in your family life. There's people trying to bring you down. I would say maybe if there was a situation that wasn't going on it might not even be the now, it could be in the future, that you feel as if, because it is like a housing estate, you know what I mean? If you feel as if there's people, maybe too many people around you, try to bring you down, try to make you look the bad one, then the best choice would be just to take everything that's dear to you and leave. And your overall outcome is your 5 of Cups reversed, which your cups is your emotions, your see that that was upside down, right? So upright, it means that like you're halfway through your troubles, you've got to a point now where you're halfway through, you know the direction you need to go. But with being reversed, it means to me that in the future you could maybe feel a wee bit lost again, and you could maybe feel as if things are turned upside down again. So we'll keep a wee eye on you and we'll keep doing readings, because I definitely think with these cards you've got, it maybe even just to signify that there is a couple of things in your past that's catching up with maybe your future. I don't know. That's an interesting reading. I would maybe like to give you a private reading, actually, because I could take this so many places with different cards, and I could try and get to the root of what's wrong. I don't think it's
I will talk to you later, because
No,
I'm
because
working with her. There's a lot of stuff going on with Cindy.
All right, okay, because it's
all of the
it's a
emotional
bit
roller
confusing.
coasters and everything else does make very sense, because she lost someone very dear to her very recently.
Right. Yeah,
So,
there's a lot
I'll
of
talk to you.
confusion in her cards. I think she would need a wee bit more focused reading. Sorry if I couldn't do that all for you there and give you some answers, but I will give you a deeper reading if you want one, and we'll try and help you how to get out of whatever situation you're in. So who was next, sis, Stu?
Well, we got Jacqueline Evelyn. Jacqueline, our
Oh,
sister,
Evie's
she
in.
wanted a reading, so just her, then me, and then that's it, sis.
Okay, our sisters, our sister Evie and our sister Sherry.
And Cindy is also Maggie's sister, blood sister, thinking of others, other half sister.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Right. Right, okay, doke. Is she in the same area as her?
Oh, yeah, they're always together. They're very close. Very close.
Because I was just about to say the boat symbolising going was maybe making me think they were two separate countries or something, and she maybe just had to be with the answer could be with going where her sister is or something. But if they stay
No, they're not
together,
very far. They're not very far from each other. But then they could
right?
maybe go on travels or something together. Maybe they're thinking of doing something together. I don't know, to make her feel a bit better.
Maybe we'll definitely need to try and do a bit of reading in that to get a wee bit more deeper into what's going on. Right, okay, wherever we'll do yours.
A better reading. You've done perfect.
No, but I just mean to kind of guide her a wee bit, Mary, maybe where the upheaval's coming from and what she can do to maybe even.
Yeah, she lives about 5 miles away from her sister.
Right. Interesting. Right, okay, here we go. Right, you have the Chariot in your past, okay? In your past, have you did a lot of travelling? You maybe even had to in your past. It might not even be you. This could represent you as a kid, like maybe your family had to keep moving places and maybe you didn't like it, but you've always had to go. Or maybe I don't know your family whatsoever, but maybe there was family problems that you had to keep running from. See the kind of spook creeping up in the background. Maybe you have always had to move because somebody kept showing up and just ruining things for you or that. This is quite active because Temperance is like your spiritual side, is like you coming to terms with the fact that your life is changing in a spiritual level and you're starting to think different, you're starting to realise that there's a higher power, and this is right now. So have you really just right now ever figured out something really important in your path? It's as if right now is when your temperance is at most prominent, as if you're learning probably a lot right now. Not that you've not learned a lot in the past, but it probably either means just because this is October and it's the witchy season that you should start doing some more things witchy right now, or maybe there's some things that you're learning right now that's to do with your path. But that's just to show me that right now your spiritual path is important to you. It's what you're kind of concentrating on right now. Oh, and you've got Santa Marta death for your future. But don't worry about that as death. It's no death as such. It just means that there's an end to a situation, and it's usually something that's probably been really bad in the past. It's maybe brought you down in the past. It's maybe brought a lot of problems in the past. But the death of that means that it's the growth now with something else. For all, it could be traumatic what ended. It could be traumatic which is about to start. But it's a part of your journey that we all have to face. Something has to end in order for new things to start. And that is all the death card represents. It's the death of something for something else to be reborn. So it's not a bad card. It just means that your future, there's going to be, your direction will come clear, basically. You've got your King of Pentacles for anything that may arise, which kind of worries me a little bit. It means to me that somebody maybe try and come in with a message that's going to try and either take you away for your path. It's going to try and maybe, because look what he's got like a bag of gold behind him. He's got his sword, he's got whatever else, he's got a smug look in his face. It's as if he's trying to carry you off into the sunset, maybe even try and, it might not even be romance, it could be for money, it could be for, oh no, don't do that spiritual path, come my spiritual path. But this is a warning because of the weeds at the bottom of it that trying to pull him back. You've no to do this. You've no to let this be what is gonna, your spirituality is trying to ground him here so that you don't go, if you get what I like, because he's trying to take you off in his mission with his money, his sword, as if he's got to try and protect you. He's gonna take you off into the sunset. But definitely don't trust that. That's a problem, Kate. So that shows to me that there's something definitely going to try and uproot you and maybe even take you down a different direction. Be very careful. Oh, there you go. Your last care's the world, and it was upright. So the world's a good care to have for your life path at the end, because it shows that you're going to have battles that you're going to have to fight. You're going to have problems that's two-faced in your background. But see the fact that you're sitting on top of the world, you've got your to chop anything down, you've got your time beside you. That shows me that you're probably going to deal with things. You're probably going to have the knowledge to cut things straight down that's going to try and make you fail in life. So it's a kind of strength card as well. It's the world. It just kind of means that for order your world to be happier, the answers are going to come to you for you to have the best outcome in your life. So there is a few things that kind of worry me, but if it were on a spiritual path, we're all trying to figure things out. So that doesn't really concern me as such. That just means be guided in the direction you take your spiritual path down. Don't let people, if you say you were a Catholic and they're wanting to, stick to Catholicism, stick to Catholicism, and they're not wanting you to go in a different paths in your past. And these are kind of just reflective a wee bit of each of the journeys that people try to stop you, but I would definitely be a bit cautious in directions that you're going to go, and don't let people change your mind about anything. Just remember it's your journey. And if you do take the advice of everything that's in you, where you want to go, what your values are, you're going to have the world. You're going to have it all sorted. Maybe not sorted as in you'll be happy forever. You might have to have a few fights just to keep where you're going. But you're sitting on top of the world with time, and it wasn't upside down, so it's maybe a wee bit rocky, but it's no bad. It's just a case of keeping guided. Hope that meant something to you, missus. Was that okay, Eva? Aye, trust your belief, that's it. And I mean, you maybe meet somebody in the past, like that one with who was he again? With the King of Pentacles. He's maybe just going to come into your life to try and swindle your money, or say, look, come with me because I'll make you money, and totally just uproot you. But everything in life's a choice. The cards are there to guide you. And I mean, I could have done a card on each top of them to see where I could guide you to know have some of these things happen, like to know how to trust him, or to know the direction to go to have your world. But I would rather do that privately with you, because sometimes you don't want the full YouTube to know what your plans are. No bother, Eva. And a couple of these I'll do a private reading if you want, and I'll try and help you figure out why the carers were saying watch this Shin and do that one. You know what I mean?
Yeah. She'll probably like that. The last person's just me, sis. When you're ready, you can have a break if you want.
Okay. I'll be fine.
Unless somebody else is right in the room. Let me have a look.
I've took the comments.
No, I've not seen anybody else right.
No, probably. Just let me know, everybody, if you're happy with your reading, or if you've got any problems you want me to maybe my wee foreign focus a wee bit more on.
You seem happy.
Good. It's definitely good to do private readings sometimes, Dobie. I mean, I do a lot of private readings for my nieces and nephews and things, mostly because I've got drug problems and things like that, and mental health problems. I would never do any of them on YouTube if they turn up for a reading. I try and guide them every other day if I think they need it. And try and just show them, look, there is ways out, you know what I mean? If you follow what these kids are guiding you today, then it's for the better outcome. They're never going to send you down a path that you're not going to like, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be for the better good. Not many money. Not many. Not money he had. Oh, what about his notification? Not money he has always been there. It says doesn't believe in spirit or after. See, aye. See, it could be as simple as that. That's it. But because you value your spiritual path as much as like probably a bag of money, that's maybe why the care's just representing it with a bag of money. Do you know what I mean? It's just what you take that care that value, which some people it's money, some people it's their possessions that granny left. You know what I mean? It just represents what is dear to you, and that's
Hello,
maybe
Misty
what it is.
Mountain.
Hi, Misty Mountain. I've seen you in a while. I think I seen you about 4 weeks ago, maybe on. I can't even remember whose stream it was.
Might have been mine because I did
yours,
remember
maybe?
them coming in mine.
Yeah. Well, we're just doing tarot readings, Mister. Getting a wee hour to any tarot. Just to help guide people. I mean, this is what. I can't believe it's nearly Christmas already.
If you're wanting a card, Misty, let us know.
Yeah, let us know, Mister. Just pop it up in the room. And I'll do you a 5-card spread just to give you a bit of guidance. I might try and find another spread that works as well for me. I'll have a wee play about and see if there's
I'm
anything
sure you'll
else.
be all right with quite a lot of spreads, to be honest, sis, because of like you're quite fluent. You're like me, really. So I kind of click to all of the cards I choose.
The Celtic spread confuses me though. I never know, right? Do you go up the way? Do you go down the way? Do you cross the way? So that's what was really annoying me because I was getting flustered trying to date for people like on Messenger and things. And
Well,
I'm thinking,
I don't think you really need to do it through what the book is. You do it what to how you feel comfortable. You know what I mean? What's going to make it more relevant to you?
right.
I think that what they put in the books is just a guide, isn't it? Really, it's just like in case you don't.
That's just a basic guide of what the card is, but
Right, Misty Mountain wants a card.
okay. Like the lighter is burger probably. I'll give you a 5-card spread.
She's just going to have a break and then she'll do it, sis.
Yeah, a couple of draws here, again, a can of juice. A drink of juice.
About quite a few people in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 people so far, and with Misty that'll be 8.
Oh, brilliant. Thank you, guys. Probably because I'm not read for you all for a long time.
But they were really excited today when you said you was going to be doing your card readings. I put the post out and everyone was getting excited.
I'll help you with yours next time you're doing them on your stream as well, sis, if you want. You know?
I do like that because I do like to have their names written down because I like to be in order.
I see,
because
you're like...
where I do it a bit different to sis,
Yeah,
because
you do
I'll
it
actually
different to
read
me.
you before I do the card. I'll be able to I pick up on things about you before I do the reading.
Right.
So
even if I did a podcast of the spirit or something, just while you're having a cigarette or whatever, you know.
No rush. That's what she said.
I'm going to turn these cards back up the proper way, folks, because there's just too many of them upside down now. I like this a lot. See, I usually put them into 3 up the proper way, and then I turn one deck upside down, put it in. And I just trust my guides that they've put the proper cards upside down for the kind of the no answers, if you like, or the reversed answers. I love reading for people. I've been reading for people off and on all day. I read for my niece, and then I had my nephew coming over with his girlfriend, and I had to sit and do them, and I'm thinking, oh my God, how many other folk you got to bring in? They're away telling all their pals. I'm like, not can't do any more. I'm going on my channel. If you want one, come on my channel. But I don't think anybody's come in. They'll all bombard me tomorrow.
I think readings are amazing. They're so easy to get in and make people understand.
Yeah. Once you know the basic message of what the card kind of represents, like your Temperance, your Death, your Chariot, your Wheel of Fortune and things, it's really in Judgment, and that it's really just trying to fit that into what you see and what you feel at that moment in time you're reading that person. I mean, especially somebody like you, Sherry, that can kind of like see like a bigger picture of people, if you get what I'm trying to say.
That's what it is. It's not so much like when you come in the room, I'll look at your name and things like that, and things just start
Yeah.
going in my head,
That's
sort of
because
thing. You know what I mean? Like,
it's your angels and things. It's them
yeah.
that's starting the process.
And
And
aura.
especially when
Aura's very
you, I
good at
think
that.
it's at 3 different decks you work with your angel
I've got like 5.
that you work with at the in
Yeah, I
one
work with
reading.
all of my decks, all of them.
God, no wonder you charge money, sis. That's
Literally,
a
I
lot,
won't
isn't
do
it?
all 5 on one show. I'll do so many. Like when I come on here, I normally do my witch, my angel messages, and then they either get the choice between the fairies
Right.
or the other one that I do. But I have people that come to me, and I've got other readings. I've got like past life readings. I've got all sorts of. I've got different cards.
Yeah.
But I'm addicted to card reading, so that's why.
I like reading
Yeah.
the tarot and the postcard for spirit. Any of the rest of the oracle cards and the ones that's like for the gods and the goddesses and things, I like reading them. But as for the other ones like that, message from E and things, you don't really understand what the message is meant to be for. So I like to stick to all the tarot cards and things that you know where the actual message is coming from. I mean, what's E? Messages from E? What does E mean?
Yeah, see, like with my ones, it's not like that. You've actually got the full sentence and saying that you're loved with blah, blah, blah. It's a bit different to the ones you've got, but...
I just think some of them are only put out there to make money and they don't make much sense. That's how I like to just stick to the tarot and like the Halloween ones and spell.
Well, I've got the tarot readings as well. I've got that in a fairy and in an angel, which is the main ones that I do. Then I do a witch card or a angel message.
I don't really know much about zodiacs, Laura. I did my actual own chart the other day, my astral chart the other day for the first time. My sun's in Gemini, my moon is in Aquarius. No, my moon is in Taurus, Mercury's in Aquarius, and there's 2 or 3 in Gemini. I'm not sure. I'd need to let you. If any of you know about astrology, I'll show you my chart I did, right? You can try and figure it out. Right, okay, who's this one for, sis? Yourself?
This was for my Misty.
Oh, Misty.
Yeah.
Okay, past, present, future. Anything that comes up. Alright. Oh, Queen of Swords. Because I'm going to get this came out last time in one of the decks. But this was your very first year. Have you always been quite a strong person when you were growing up? You've always, like, maybe even carried on your back, like, you've had to, like, stick up for maybe younger brothers, younger sisters. You've always had to be, like, the kind of warrior in your family. It just kind of shows me with that card that you're the one that kind of carries on your shoulders, like, the protector. Maybe you're even the one that has to bring the happiness in your past, be the strong one, be the leader. Present, I would say it's actually the 5th of Wands. The present right now is just showing me that there's you've just started to do spell work and things. You actually just started to do like the candle magic, maybe even the lighting of the incense and seeing how that helps you out. Because to me, this is you starting like your spiritual journey. This is you focusing on the flame. You're focusing on like the water and things. And I know maybe a lot of people will say the 5 of Wands doesn't mean that, but to me it does. I don't know why. I've just always thought this is to do with like magic and things. I think it's because of the flame. It kind of tells me that right now you're either doing spell work, you're working on learning your spells, you're maybe even working on what the smells make you feel like, and maybe even focusing on like the elements. Like she's got magic, she's got water sitting beside her, she's actually got earth sitting beside her because she's got the flowers. So you're either really getting right witchy right now and figuring out why you like this, why you mix that with that. Or simple reading, it means that you're halfway through realizing what it's all about, realizing that you're now in the middle of your journey and your focus has got to be on what your next abundance mission is to carry on into your future. But I would definitely say that's to do with like your magical side of you. Yeah. It doesn't make me feel as if you're just learning though. It makes me feel as if, like, maybe even because it's October that you're doing a lot of spell casting, you're maybe even doing a lot of like what I'm doing with the tarot cards and things. It maybe just means right now that you're right in the middle of your spirituality, is what I'll say, right? And your future is the Fool. But don't panic when I say the future is the Fool. Typically, the Fool is you. You're the Fool that's going through your life journey. You're trying to meet up with your higher being, the things that's keeping you turning in life, which is your Wheel of Fortune, your Tower, the things that's bringing you down, your death, the Death card, which is why things keep ending, to go to another thing. So the Fool is just me, a representation of you in the future starting your journey. You've either came to the opinion that you're going to start a new journey, you're maybe just going to go somewhere else to be on a journey, but there's definitely, especially with that one right now being me thinking it's your magical past, I would definitely say your future card is use the Fool, knowing where you have to go and looking forward to all these experiences. And that's just because of your present card, right? Your past card and your present card, I think that's what that means, is you are now ready for all these experiences. And the Lovers, and it's up the right way. So that typically tells me that anything that's going to come up in a problem is going to maybe either it's going to be a problem, not can be a problem because it wasn't upside down. It's something that's going to arise. So it's either going to be a partnership, it's either going to be something that's already in your marriage, maybe taking your vows again, maybe even getting married. It could also mean that you've found like a new lover and it's going to cause a problem. And I don't want to put another card in this because I don't want to out your business in case it does tell me what is going to, I don't want it to say, oh, it's got to be another man or it's going to be this or that. I'll try and do a private reading with that and all. I'll do another card then I'll tell you privately if I think it's bad. Well, it's the Three Cups, which is celebrations, right? It typically means it's something started that you have to be happy about. It's maybe like the beginning, maybe even a birth in the family, because your cups is your emotions, so it could be like a birth, and with that being the Lovers, right? And that being the Three Cups, I would definitely say that there's a new relationship starting. It's maybe not a lover's, a new boyfriend or whatever. It's probably a relationship that is starting that anybody involved is going to really be doing it for the good reasons because it's a celebration. Celebration came next, so it's either going to be a partnership you're starting, and you'll maybe even add somebody else to it, and it's going to just keep giving you cause for celebration, growth, love, but your overall outcome, right? Your overall outcome is the Sun. And if you remember what I've always told you in a reading, see, as long as you get the Sun card and it's no upside down and it's no part of a different reading where you're trying to find I'll not say that right. But the sun card in a reading, especially when it's the overall outcome, means that, listen, you might get through a lot of things in life. You might didn't have a good childhood. You might be having to struggle a wee bit with your spiritual path. There's maybe like the start of your journey and things, and you might get through a lot. But see, when you get the sun, especially when it's the overall outcome, it means no matter what you get through, you're going to be all right. You'll find happiness in your future. You'll find things that help you grow. You'll find things that probably help your family flourish. It just means that throughout your past, you're going to probably have learnt your lessons, met the right people in life that's going to help you on your path. You've probably right now, because it was the wands, figuring out how to achieve all of this for the future. But that's a good reading. It just means that you've always been the warrior. You're in the middle of your spiritual path right now, trying to figure out probably if you want to do magic, whatever else. You feel you're at the start of your journey, and these two just means that there's partnerships coming. It could even be a company, partnerships coming. And then the one at top, it shows like you could maybe even add more people to your company. So it just shows me that everything's all good, because no matter, you've probably got a busy life, and it shows that you're going to get the sun card. So whatever you go through, it's going to be worth it, good and bad. But it doesn't look any bad. It just looks like meeting the right people that helps you be guided, and finding the right people to maybe move forward with in your adventures. So I really liked giving you that reading there. That was brilliant. It's amazing how the cards just go into one into the other. But I wouldn't say that there's anything troublesome in that. It just means that find the way you want to go in life, your spirituality wise. There's that many options, isn't there? So many options.
I do apologise. My laptop decided to turn off.
That's okay, sis. These things happen. No bother, Misty Mountain. You've got a lot. I would say you've got a lot of good things coming up, and a lot of things that you're probably going to discover about yourself and about other people around about you. Like they were that problem card. Look, I will say problem card, and it's going to arise. Just kind of showed me that anybody coming into your life is going to be like a partnership, and you're going to like bounce off each other and just keep going as one big group. You know, it could even be your YouTube channel.
It could even be about the community. It could even be about us meeting new people and stuff, and learning through people like us and stuff.
Definitely.
And I don't have 5 decks, I have 7. So I got my witchy one.
I like my witchy one. I just use that for myself.
And then I've got my angel tarots and my fairy tarots.
See, I like them. I've not got any angel
ones. Got my angel messages.
They're nice.
And then you've got your animal allies, which tells you your gemstones and your animals that are with you.
All right.
Then I've got my past life oracle cards, which tells you about your past lives. And then I have got crystal vision tarot, which tells you a more in-depth thing about your life and your past lives as well. You can use that with
good stuff.
Yeah. But these ones I'm learning, so I've not used them yet.
No, I know used them. See, there's a couple of decks I've got that I've just like.
I've learned on myself. I'm learning on myself, but the other ones I do like. So really, yeah, 5 decks is what I properly use, but I've got the other 2 here that I'm learning.
As long as you know that you know the basic meanings of the different pictures and things, especially with tarot. Tarot's harder than oracle readings. Oracle readings, you just kind of read it out.
Tarots are beautiful, but with your like your crystal vision cards, they're a bit different.
See, they're nice. I like them.
So you kind of got to take what you feel from them, and got some beautiful, beautiful cards.
Oh, they're nice.
So I'm
Is that a dragon he's on? Was that a dragon? Was that a dragon? Aye.
Yeah.
Oh, they're lovely.
And then you've got like your little. You've got the hangman, so they're very similar to because they are similar to your cards. They're a bit different. They give you a bit more in depth reading. They're beautiful though. Knight of, they are literally tarot card readings, but you can add these on to other readings as well to just give a bit more insight.
Yeah, that Misty, she'll have to give us all a past life reading. Well, she has to that really interesting.
Past life cards are absolutely beautiful, but they're quite complicated to work out because they don't come with a book, so it doesn't tell you how to do it. So
right.
I'm trying to work out for myself like how you're doing, but they're stunning as well, but they are not tarots, guys, by the way.
Is there no a book or something you have to download online?
Like you've got Atlantis.
Oh, see, Atlantis intrigues me.
Ships, so you may have been a sailor or you may have been somebody that travels, sort of thing. And then you've got like male or female, and you pick up on what you feel the person would have been in that life and stuff like that. You've got High Priestess, so if you was in a witch faith in your past, it will bring up your priestess card showing you that you was in a witch life or a spiritual life. Then you've got things like communal living, so was poor living.
Yeah,
you've got
to live in a home or something.
If you had a faith, and you just kind of pick them out on the person, then you pick up on what you feel from them.
Yeah,
and you can pick out each card as well. You don't have to just pick up one. You can put out a number of them that you feel are relevant.
Oh,
and it will tell you a story.
Yeah. So how does the fairy cards work? Is that oracle or is it fairy tarot? Is that fairy oracle?
It's a tarot. My fairy cards, what these ones?
Yeah,
they're actual tarot cards.
The tarot card, right? I wasn't sure if they were oracle.
Sometimes, like I said, you can pick up on things maybe to do with spirituality through them as well. If certain things happen, they will shine out to me even more, which will show me that you're spiritual, and that's something.
Right. I've never tried fairy cards or trying to connect.
You should. They're not much different to the ones you're using there. The fairy cards and the angel ones. The angel ones are the other ones. They're really good and really easy to use. And this one's done by Dorian Virtue, both of them cards. He is my favourite.
She's got a good reputation.
She's really, really good. She's really, really good.
I missed anybody out, guys, for the kids go away. Did you want one, sis?
And that's Dorian Virtue as well. She's very good.
Oh, I see. The Dorian Virtue was the first set of tarot cards and things I ever bought.
I didn't see it that anyone else wanted one, sis. Just me, by the looks of it. I would love a past life reading. Well, when I get a little bit more familiar, or maybe you could come into one of my things that I can do a little test out on you and see what happens, because I've not actually tried with anybody else yet.
I don't even know when you're doing your tarot readings.
At the minute, I am so chock-a-block with everything else, sis. It's unbelievable. I'm trying to run my company. I'm trying to do all of the other stuff. I've got all my shows that I'm doing on my channel. I've not had the time to do the card readings recently, but I'm hoping that I might be able to do one this week, like maybe do a card reading.
Even if you're too busy, I'll jump on your channel and do them for you.
Using these ones, see if I can get anything.
If there's anything you need to say, I've not got time to do that stream, but if I send you the info, will you read it out for me and do this? I'll do it for you, no bother, sis. If you're really busy or you don't feel well, like last night, you should just have mailed me and I would have jumped up beside you.
Yeah, and a lot of that is what it is a lot of the time, because at the minute where I'm so anxious and so got a lot going on, I don't like sitting up there on my own, so I haven't really been doing that side of thing. But Aroma, if you would like me to do that one day, just come into my... What does that say? I would be good. I would be happy to gunny pick for you. What's that mean? Because with these ones, like, I would shuffle. I would pick what I feel from the cards about you. But then also, a couple of them I would get you to pick as well. Okay? Because with the past life cards, it isn't just doing one card. It isn't. It's doing several cards, because it can give you a picture into your past. It can give you a picture into who you are, but it could also give you several of your past lives and not just one. So they are really good. It depends on how much they want you to put out. If you've got a very long life and you've had many lives, they will keep letting that come out till it's ended. You know what I mean? They'll say, right, okay, so this one is this, and then you've got this card to go with that, and it'll just go until they say, like, stop, that's it. You know, they'll only let you know on specific lives that they feels relevant to you. What's happened to Sis? She keeps going in and out.
Oh, it's terrible. Wait a wee minute.
Where is she? Oh, she's back. I can see her laptop. Oh, this is my channel, sweetheart. If I say hello in the room, that's my channel, Paranormal World Investigators, and I'm also Paranormal World Investigators Research Division. Some, you know, I'm not going to lie to you. Some of these card readings I'm new at, like the past life and the crystal vision. I'm new at, but the other ones I'm not. But it would be interesting to do a few with you. Aroma is in Denmark. Wow. Be a guinea pig for me. You could be a guinea pig for me. Anybody can be a guinea pig for me. Just to, you know, practice makes perfect, doesn't it? That's how I look at it. When it comes to my tarots and stuff like that, that ain't a problem at all. You know what I mean? I'm very good and very fluent at that. But with the past life cards and that, because I do like to have a guidance, like a book, because I'm dyslexic. And I like to look at things so I can work out what it means and stuff. But hey, she's back. But
my computer ran out of charge.
But these ones didn't come with anything. And you know, the really bad thing about it is some of these people will put like on their statuses that they've got books with them, and then they send it out and they ain't got a book like that. Really, both of these should have had books and they didn't.
You have to download them.
Really angry.
You have to download them because my
but I don't know where to do that. I know. I've tried to look. I have tried to look to see if I can find anything, but they only give you like tiny little bits, and it don't help. You know what I mean?
So, I know why I think they do that without the book. Do you know how like some tarot readers and things will give you a card to take away with you? Or if you do like somebody's like a spell for somebody or something and you use a card or whatever, they're typically wanting that card. So I think you get like other cards to replace the card that you're giving that person away. Do you know what I mean? Like sometimes people will say, right, well, you drew that card, I'll give you.
These are not ones that you would give away. These are ones that do a reading, and I just don't understand. Like on the back, it gives you a very small brief thing on what they are. It just says your internal soul has lived over lifetimes that affect your current career, health, relationship, family, and life lessons. Dorian Virtue and Brian, because this is Dorian Virtue as well.
Right.
Okay. Lessons. Dorian Virtue and Brian L. Wise, MD, have turned up to create an easy to use, safe and gentle tool to undercover messages from and about your past lives. This beautiful 44 card deck will help you understand your own patterns and behaviors so that you can overcome negative blocks and enjoy greater happiness and well-being and love. So it tells you, so these cards tell you about your past life, but it also shows you what you're carrying still in this life. Because believe it or not, when you die and you come back to earth, you always carry certain significant things of your past life, even though you don't realize you're doing it. Like when somebody does out a reading and goes, well, you used to be this and you used to be this, it would click to you, be like, well, I'm still that way. I still do that. I still do that. So it's kind of your past life still carries with you. So these kind of just give you that opening to help you to move forward and to understand who you've been and who you are now and why your paths are what they are. Do you know what I mean? So like with Aroma, straight away I can say that she's been a witch many times. She's not just been a witch once.
Right.
She's been a witch several times. I just get that feeling from her when you look at her and stuff like that, and the way that she taught, even though she's not gave a lot off, I do feel that she's got a past life to do with witches. I
Right.
do believe she's been a higher power of witchcraft, though. Like you, I believe that you was a priestess, somebody that was in charge once in a past life, and I'd be very surprised if that don't show up.
See, I'd love to know what's all around me, like whether it's my cousins, whether, I don't know, I just would like to know what spirits are around me, who's guiding me, you know. I suppose it's fun
These
finding
ones
out.
will be able to help you with like
Yeah.
crystal vision. That they're more of
Right.
the cards that give you a view into your life and the people that might be around you, living or dead, things like that. That's what these cards would do. They'd give you a
Right.
vision of family, and they are
Things like
beautiful. And most of my cards are Dorian Virtue, apart from this one. This one's not Dorian Virtue, and neither are these.
Right. I'll do yours. I'll reshuffle these cards, sis, and I'll do yours. We'll need to do a stream one night where we get like, I mean, I'm not trying to bring anybody down with saying, like, say I'm good at the oracle readings, somebody else is good at the tarot readings, or somebody else is good at life path readings. We need to get 3 or 4 witches up that can do even pendulum
A part
or
of your soul
something.
energy. You're right, Aroma. Yes, that is what these are for, because your soul carries energies of your past life. There's always elements of your past life in you, even though you don't realize it, and that's what these cards will reveal. They pick up on your soul energy. They pick up on the things about you, even if it's the present or it was the past. They pick up on that. So
right, let's see.
welcome back, Misty. And me, I just want a general idea of where my path's going.
Okay, sis.
And what they want me to do. And our thing's going to get easier.
Yeah, it'll get easier. It'll get easier. I did my niece's cards for her a couple of months ago. She's like, Aunt Andrew, after you did my cards, I tell her that she wasn't going to struggle for money this year and this and that. And after I did her card, within 2 days, she got a cheque through for a couple of £1,000. She was waiting on her PIP money coming in that was backdated. And she got more PIP than she thought she was going to get each month. Our wee boy that was just born, money just came through for him for like his benefit money. And she's like, Andrew, I can't believe you cards you gave me. And I was like, I only showed that you were due coming into your money. I didn't make you the money. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I think that's what a lot of people think when they come into people like us and they do card readings. They think that we've made that happen. It's not that we've made it happen. They're telling us to tell you what they know is going to happen, and that, you know, they give us the messages to give to you. We don't change your fate and what's going to happen. It's only them that know that. So
I keep saying to somebody, if I see a problem, I'll pull another card to try and help you out that situation, but I can't just pull a card and say, right, that's you, that situation. You have to do the work. Do you know what I mean?
Like, we can't do it for you. We can give you the advice and guide you, but in the end, it is down to you what happens for your future. You are in charge of your path, nobody else.
Yep.
Okay, so
right, sis. Past, present, future. Anything that's coming up in your overall outcome. Okay, duck. Right. Oh, Cups. I take it you've always been pretty close to somebody. It's maybe not even been like that looks like a romance card because it's 2 people hugging, but to me it's like somebody that it's a past card, remember, so it's either somebody that you've really connected with that is your soulmate in the past, or it's a representation of maybe a relationship you've had with like a family member, maybe even a brother, because it does look like the male and female, that you have always kind of shared the thoughts, because if you look, the water's pouring in from one brain to the other. It's as if you always had a partnership in the past where you have shared your thoughts and maybe even really been as one, and kind of bounced off each other.
Yeah, that does sound very much like my brother.
Yep.
That
These
does,
have
yeah.
all been really close. Your card for right now is the Queen of Wands. Of course, it's the Queen of Wands because you're the Queen of Wands. That is representation to how I see you, Cherry. Anyway, and it's quite funny because to me, I see you as a type of person that knows where they want to go in their magic. They know the spiritual path that is in them, which is representative of the candle that is lighting your way. There's a couple of wee things with your horns like that is maybe going to shock you. You're maybe going to have to say, oh, no, again. But all the flowers and everything about you just proves to me that right now you know where you're going. You know the things you have to look for. You know that there'll be maybe a couple of wee things will come up, but you'll deal with it because it's no like there's no weeding about you. There's no thorns or nothing. So you're strong. You love what you do, and you're being guided in the right direction. And anything that might come up that'll shock you, you will handle it because you have no crumbled or anything.
No.
No.
Yeah, I agree with that.
In your future just means to me that you're going to put a lot of things to bed. There's a lot of things that you've probably did. I mean, a lot of people see that coffin and freak thinking you're burying somebody, but that is totally not what it is. It just means there's a lot of things in your past that is going to be in your future. Totally gone. You're going to put it to bed. You're going to, once you like kind of typically nail into that coffin, that you ending that situation, you're definitely going to move forward with everything in a box and just leave it there, and you're going to continue on into your future
This
and
makes
begin.
sense. That one does make sense.
Because you've got candles lit in the background, which kind of is representative to me that there's a dream out there to follow. So you're definitely putting a lot of things to bed that doesn't serve you in the future, and you're moving on to things that's going to guide you, like into the light, even maybe into just better places. But a lot of folks,
we all know that that's going to be happening, so that does make sense. And I've got situations at the moment in my life that I'm going through that, after whatever happens, I can put that to rest and I can move forward. At the minute, I feel I can't move forward with that.
Yeah, and you've got a hammer on your horn as well, which shows me that you've got the power to do it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And your thing that may arise is your 7 of Pentacles, which just shows me that any problems that may arise that doesn't mean you're going to jail, by the way, him being behind bars. That just typically means to me that there's a couple of things you're going to have to put in place so that it's all in order. It could even maybe represent people. It could represent finance because it is Pentacles, which in maybe a problem that's coming around in the next few couple of months could be money. It could mean that you've got to push one thing aside in order to achieve another, or each wee thing you get in, you're going to have to put it by and save. So it's a good care to have because it just shows me in the future anything that may arise means that you're behind the bars, you've got it under control, you're the one that's moving everything. Do you know what I mean? There might be a couple of wee things like thorns in there that's maybe going to try and stop you, but that's in everything. There's always going to be.
It does make so much sense. I've already got that going on a lot in my life at the minute. So, yeah.
So that's just definitely a representation of that. But there again, and I think we all us in this community get a lot of the same cards as because we're all on the same journey, right?
Exactly.
So this 3 of Wands has turned up again. This is, I think, now getting known that we're all getting this card in a lot of the readings. It just means to me that there's a message coming for us. Even there's something coming. We're all grounded. That's what the skeletons are with the roses running. We're all kind of grounded in our future, and we're growing. And that might be a messenger. That bird that's in skeleton with the lettering. That could mean good news for us in the future, or us as a community, because a few of us are getting it. So that could mean that we're all getting the same news. And
it could be something to do with our community or something.
Definitely.
Oh, wow.
So I would definitely say that just validates to me even more that we are all connected, that we're all getting similar cares, we're getting similar directions. So it just mere validation to me that we're all on the right path and we're all dealing with our problems that may arise and we're sticking together. That's what that care does at that end with the three skulls growing. That's like our community.
Yeah. Becoming
know what I
bigger,
mean?
becoming more together and stuff. Yeah, no, I do agree with that.
Yeah, definitely. I would say that was one of the best sessions of readings I've had for a while.
Oh, it's been absolutely awesome, and you've been spot on, sis. And the guys in the room have absolutely loved it. Hello, Emma for Alien. How are you, sweetheart?
Oh, Emma, the aliens. Emma, the aliens. Oh, welcome. Sorry, I didn't see you coming in, pal. Welcome to my channel. I think you're new. Everybody's welcome. I can't believe we've been. Emether, I don't think I've seen him.
Is somebody that comes in my room. He's been in my room for a few years now. Been coming in about a couple of years. He's absolutely amazing. He don't make no problems. He's just really quiet. Just says hello to you.
Looking forward to meet. I will say meeting you. What I really mean is getting into a chat with you and getting to know you.
Jerry, your Coven that you are starting popped into my mind. Jacqueline, that could be very true because Drew's going to be doing that with me. It could be that something's going to open through us doing that.
Definitely. That could. Who'd else get that cared? There was 3 years. I got it earlier before it even went live. You got it. Can anybody else in chat remember who got that cared with the 3 skulls growing up out the ground?
I think it could be. You could be very right, Jacqueline, because it is a new plan and it is a new move forward, and it is something that I've, slightly discussed with Sister Drew, and we both think that something like that could very well be our community on YouTube and this new spiritual path that we're going to give out to others. It very well do.
The Coven definitely is going to go ahead, especially once I get to the level in my mind with my training that I want to get to, because that just builds my confidence enough to know that I know how to guide people and teach them the way I've been taught, because it's helped me so much. So I want to teach people that way I've been taught. I'm trying to find that cared for us. Does anybody remember? Oh, there it's there. Does anybody else remember who got that card? It's
who was it that got the skeleton?
3 of Wands.
The 3 skull card in the room.
And it was like a wee bird skeleton with a letter. I think a few years got it. It'd be interesting to see if that means like whoever got it is kind of going to be the ones that help the community, or maybe even be the ones that lead people in the right directions, and it'll be really interesting. I just wonder what the message
was it Maggie?
Oh, it was Maggie.
And right, Maggie was a big support network for me and you. They're always posting stuff out and in our rooms.
I think it was Maggie, definitely, and that is a good representation to that, because you know what they're like. They send you wee things here and there and things. We love hearts just to cheer your day, and it's brilliant. Honestly,
yeah, no, I agree, Roma. She's an awesome card reader. She's awesome.
Thanks, guys. I honestly do think that this community is getting stronger, because last year at this time we were just getting more strength up as a community, and then we all kind of lockdown happened. We couldn't get out investigating, so we helped Parachills with research. No lockdowns by way. It's a representation that he is all coming back together, I think, and growing as a one community again.
Yeah, it's kind of like saying it's not the end. You had your little, you all had your little, stopping moment, but
it's a representation.
You know what I mean?
Sorry, guys, I've went live for 2 hours again. I'm going to have to drop off and see what my son is up to. It's 11:30.
It is. It's getting late.
Thank you for coming up with me, sis. It's always a joy.
It's been really cool to be back on there with you.
Yep, I love it. I love it. We'll get Dobby up. I was meant to get a wee talk with Dobby before we went live. I didn't know if she wanted to come up or no. I don't think she did though.
See, if she's in
Eh,
pain and that, she probably just wanted to chill and just be in the chat. But we hope you feel better, Dobbies. And thank you, Angels in the room, for coming in and supporting my sister today.
yeah, I love everybody coming in, especially when I'm doing tarot cards for you, because I know that people do struggle in life, and the tarot cards they do lead you. I mean, if you had seen the reading I gave my nephew's girlfriend earlier, you would really understand just how much it can help people.
Oh, it
It's
does.
it's crazy. I couldn't even tell you half of what it all did for her. Honestly, it represented her full path, the relationship she's going through with my nephew, and if they don't turn everything round about and get the chariot, what the chariot basically means, if they don't get themselves out the situation they're in, it's not going to be good, because the next card was like the nailing in the coffin and that. For all that was a positive card for us. Because of their reading before it, it was a negative card for them because they were nailing and the coffins, you know what I mean? That's how each card reading's different. Because for all their cards were like, basically it said that if they didn't change things with the chariot, which means get out of the situation they're in, then it was the Wheel of Fortune. Things would just keep going running circles. And then the next one was that they were nailing the nails into the coffin, which probably means it would be the end of the relationship, you know.
Yeah,
I've
every
told
card means different for different people. Like it could mean good for one and then for another not. You know, it depends on what the situations those people are in and
yeah,
facing.
it
You know, it's
definitely
all
does.
different.
It depends on the past four cards and what it's actually trying to tell you. I mean, with that one that you did with the same card that just means everything's in one box, and you're putting an end to it because of the things that was there before it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I do agree.
Yeah, it's brilliant. I love reading people's cards,
It's one
especially
of my
when
favourite things to do, even though I've got damn it to
Especially
do.
when you see, like in a couple of weeks' time, when somebody gets back to you and said, "Oh, by the way, I took your advice," because some people do struggle to take that advice. Like, oh, I'm not believing I set tarot
I love
cards.
it. I think that's the most rewarding thing when you've done the reading and they come back going, "Oh, those things actually happened," and this is that.
Uh-huh.
It makes you feel really good. You know what I mean? When they do that, and I've had a few come to me going, "Your card reading was spot on, and this has been going on, and this has started to happen," and I'm like, "Good." You
I
know,
know that's
listen to it
what it is.
more because they know what's going on. You know,
Yeah.
so
Definitely. That's why I asked my guys to connect to your guys, because I haven't got spiritual gifts like sharing different people. I like my
even with a
guides.
spiritual gift, it's still good to connect both
Yeah.
guides. It is still good to do that because, but like, even though I have got spiritual abilities and I look at people and I can do things, believe it or not, your abilities do not come from, even though we're all spiritual beings, for us to be able to communicate with the spirit world, for us to be able to see spirit, that is through the guides and the spirits you have around you. That is how you do that. So I do
Yeah.
still need to use my guides to go to them so that I can see
Yep.
what they're going through. That's how I
I
do it.
think
So
And your guides are going to only be the ones that can go and connect to your guides that I'm getting the reading for, and knowing what you really, really need for your future.
yeah,
Because I did a tarot reading for somebody once, and they came back to me and they said, "Andrea, as soon as you did that, everything started falling apart." I says, "Aye, but wait 6 months and see how happy you are." And it was amazing, because things like his relationship ended, he lost his job, this and that, and he thought I'd kind of cursed him. But then it
no.
ended up he moved to, and he met the lassie that he was meant to meet and had a wedding and things. So it turned out in the end.
These things that happen to people sometimes are supposed to happen that way to make things better. You know what I mean? It's a way of cleaning a slate and moving forward and things like that. You know, even though it might seem a bit daunting, there's got to be a fall to make it right again, isn't there? So that's how it is. And as you said, Aroma, you know, spirits know sometimes more than they say. Yes, they do. And sometimes they can't reveal everything to you. But through card readings, they can give you the most truthful version of
Yeah.
what they know. You know what I mean? So
You know the
yeah, I have got
direction you
spirit.
need.
I've got
Uh-huh.
spiritual gifts. Yes, I can see spirits. Yes, I can talk to people and tell people about themselves. But I can only do that through my guides.
Yeah.
And allow me to do that.
And to
So-
trust them. I mean, we could say, right, somebody tell me a message for somebody, and it might not be somebody so nice that's putting that message in her head to pick that card to give you. So we have to trust that our guides to correct to your guides to give us the best message, or it would just be random spirits probably, and the messages would be all right.
and the messages can come from any of them, but so that's what I've got my trusted guides that I use for my readings,
too.
so I know that they will give me 100%, and that is Aura and Darius. They're the two
You
that
too, Maggie Joe. Thank you.
you know.
Thank you. It's always a pleasure. I'm going to have to go anyway, guys.
Yeah.
Liam's gets school in the morning. He's no longer at boxing, so I'm going to have to make sure he gets his shower and different things.
Thank
So
you,
it's
Maggie.
been a pleasure coming up with you. And I will see you all soon. Thank you,
Thank
Sister
you,
Sherry.
sis, for
Thanks,
covering.
everybody.
Love you.
Love you too. Thanks,
Love you,
everything,
bye.
chat. I love you loads. Bye. Blessed be, guys. Blessed be.